Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and welcome to another action figure update. So yeah guys, I got with me 3 new action figures from my collection, 2 of which are Star Wars this time, because I know I didn't have any Star Wars figures last time, but I do this time. So I got 2 Star Wars figures and I got 1 Power Ranger figure. But let's go ahead and get started with my first figure, which some of you probably might know who it is based on one of my earlier action figure reviews. And that is my favorite Jedi, Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones. Guys, I cannot tell you how long I've been waiting to get my hands on this Episode 2 Anakin. Now, the date for him being shipped got pushed back like a lot. So it felt like it was just taking longer and longer for me to finally get my hands on him, but out of the blue, he got delivered to me. So here he is, guys. I don't know what it is about Anakin in Episode 2, which most people would probably say that this is the worst version of Anakin in terms of character-wise. It is the worst version, but Episode 2 is when I actually started liking Anakin, and it's a really weird... really weird, because I really started really getting into Star Wars after I watched Attack of the Clones. I watched the original trilogy first, but I wouldn't call myself a Star Wars fan. I just thought they were, they were okay movies and I liked them. But Attack of the Clones literally changed the entire game for me. Like, Star Wars was like all I could think about after that. And a lot of it has to do with my boy Anakin. Anakin was definitely not your conventional Jedi. He always did feel kind of different from all the other Jedi, based on his robe, and also the fact that he wasn't raised in the Jedi Council. So he had a lot more, let's just say, emotion and personality. Whether or not you want to say that personality was good or not is totally up to you. But really glad to have this figure in my collection. This will probably be my definitive Anakin whenever I display my collection. But let's stop talking about the actual character Anakin and let's talk about the actual figure. Now, when it comes to overall look, just looking at the Anakin, you can tell there is reuse, of course, from the Episode 3 Anakin action figure. The black robe, black and the brown, pretty much, but there are a few slight differences. I'm going to go ahead and cover those right now. You'll notice on the bottom half of the figure, that cloth piece is not there. He only has the black soft good part down at the bottom. That's not there. I also think the Episode 3 one has a little bit more black in certain areas, and the Episode 2 one has a little bit more brown. Obviously, of course, the Episode 3 one has a robotic arm, and this one doesn't, which I kind of like a little bit more. So it looks a little bit more symmetric on both sides because, one side doesn't have, a metal arm or whatever. So I really like that a lot. And actually, now that I look at it, I actually really like the face sculpt on Episode 2 Anakin a lot more. It really resembles Hayden Christensen a lot more than the Episode 3 one does. I know I kind of wandered into a comparison, but I thought it was the best way to really show you guys, the differences between the 2 Anakins, just in case you're on the fence about getting one. In fact, I think just the face sculpt alone is a good reason to get the figure, because it's definitely an upgrade. Definitely looks a lot more like Hayden Christensen. When it comes to articulation, it's pretty much the same deal. Any articulation that you would get with any other Jedi figure, which is pretty good. He has the single jointed arms, but he has double jointed legs. And I'm pretty much okay with the way they've been doing it so far, because since they don't have double jointed arms, it doesn't really break up the figure a whole lot when you display it, so it doesn't look awkward. So I really like that a lot, and I think they might start doing that more for other figures down the line, especially with their troopers, their clone troopers and their stormtroopers. I think they're going to be switching over to single jointed elbows. which I'm okay with that. Some people might not be, but hey, we'll have to wait and see whenever those troopers come out. And as for accessories, it pretty much just comes with his run-of-the-mill lightsaber that he had in episode 2. In fact, now that I look at the lightsaber handle of Anakin's lightsaber, it actually resembles Darth Vader's lightsaber hilt, which I thought that was actually kind of cool. It's almost like it's foreshadowing that he's gonna become Darth Vader. Because I never really paid a whole lot of attention to Anakin's lightsaber in episode 2, because of course that's not the one he has in episode 3, because the one from episode 2 ended up breaking or whatever, and he had to get a replacement. That's when he got that green one, which I think it would be cool if they put that green lightsaber in there, because I kind of like the way that looked for Anakin using a green lightsaber. It was almost like a little callback to whenever Luke got his green lightsaber and was using it in Return of the Jedi. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, guys, other than me being really excited to have one of my favorite characters, there's not really a whole lot to talk about when it comes to this Anakin figure. I'm just really glad I got him in my collection. I know I was gonna do a review of him earlier, but then the mine came around, so I had to do a review about her real quick. But I'm doing it now, and I really like this figure a lot. But guys, you can't have an apprentice without their master. So I had to get the episode 2 Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. I was really hoping that I would have a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan by now, but I'm kind of holding off on that because currently, if I try to get Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith, it's going to be pretty expensive because I don't think they made a new one yet. So I'm kind of waiting to see if they'll make a new one. But I'm pretty okay with this Obi-Wan that we got right here. You know, his mullet glory, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, when you look at him, you can tell that I think they used the same body that they used for the episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's just that the robe is slightly, darker. So he's not as crisp and clean looking as the episode 1, which looks like his robe got bleached. But also I noticed that the episode 2 Obi-Wan is a little bit shorter than Anakin, which I think that's pretty accurate. Anakin was a decent height. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the movies. But just let me know in the comments down below, what was Obi-Wan actually a little shorter than Anakin? I never really bothered to pay attention all that much. Now, episode 2 Obi-Wan isn't necessarily my favorite Obi-Wan, but it's a really unique look, mostly because of the hairstyle. A really unique look, so I'm really glad that I got this episode 2 Obi-Wan. Also because I'm trying to bulk up my episode 2 display, and Obi-Wan's pretty essential for that. So I'm glad I got him. So now he can help Mace Windu, fight some clankers. Which you still didn't get, sir. Oh my goodness, Captain Rex, if you don't stop bugging me about clankers, okay? I actually ordered some clankers yesterday, so all they have to do is get here now, so you can stop saying that. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Pretty much with articulation, same deal as the episode 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it also comes with the same lightsaber, which I can't remember if at any point Obi-Wan, because I know Obi-Wan had lost his lightsaber for a while in episode 3, and then Commander Cody gave it back to him, but I'm not sure if that's the same lightsaber that we see here. I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it. I think the lightsaber he had in episode 1 and episode 2 is actually different from the lightsaber he has in episode 3. I'm gonna have to go look at my clone armor Obi-Wan to do that, because I can't remember off the top of my head. Alright guys, as usual, it's time to move into the meat and potatoes of this update video with a figure that I actually have a whole lot to talk about, and that is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Goldar. Now, I really need to get some more Power Ranger villains, because as of right now I only have the Psycho Ranger, and I have Lord Zed and Rita on pre-order, and they're still not here yet. So I was like, I need another, you know, baddie for the Power Rangers to beat up on. So I decided to get Goldar. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually taken back by actually how tall this Goldar is. Like, I compared him to the Legacy Collection Power Rangers, and he's more or less the same height as they are, and they're pretty tall. So I actually kind of like how they made Goldar a little bit taller. You know, he kind of towers over the Rangers a little bit more. Seems a little bit more menacing. Even though most of the time when he starts getting beat up, he runs away. But we're not going to talk about that. Let's go ahead and get straight into the review. Starting off with the overall look. I think they really nailed the look of Goldar. You know, the gold armor, and they really, the shade of red that they used for the knee pads and the waist piece, really helped bring that out a little bit more. It really looks like they pulled him straight out of the TV show. The only thing that I would have liked is, I noticed like the face. I thought it would be cool if they maybe included an alternate head where it looks like he's like yelling or roaring, but I'm perfectly fine with them not having that. This would have been a nice thing to include. I also didn't notice, I don't know why, I never noticed Goldar having a tail in the show, but because you know, this figure has one, and it's like wrapped into a little ring on the back of his like waist armor. I never noticed that in the show. So it's actually kind of interesting seeing that now. As for articulation, you know, Goldar's a big buff guy, and because of that, to an extent, there are certain parts of him that are hindered because of articulation, like his shoulder guards. He can raise his arms up so he can go to a full T-pose, but you can only raise them up but so much because of that armor on his shoulders. Now, just about everywhere else, he pretty much gets decent articulation, and he has you know, double jointed arms and legs, so that can help him get into a few more poses. And also, he has a pretty decent waist swivel and an ab crunch. So I mean, a lot of figures usually just have either a waist swivel or they have an ab crunch, but he has both, so that can definitely help you get him into some more interesting poses when he's fighting the Rangers. Another interesting thing that I want to talk about is his accessories, and he comes with a good bit of them. He of course comes with his sword from the show, and he also comes with a energy effect that you can put on top of it, on top of the sword. And I actually think this might be one of my favorite energy effects, because with the way the sword is built, you can literally slide the energy effect right on top of the sword, and it fits pretty neatly. It doesn't like fall off or anything like that. So as of right now, when it comes to energy effects, his purple energy effect is literally my favorite one so far. So I really hope that in the future they make more energy effects that fit you know, the weapon as good as this one fits Goldar's sword. Let's see, he also comes with his wings, which, I don't know, I'm not really too big of a fan. I'm not really, you know, that much of a fan of the wings. I know sometimes in the show, like, you literally didn't see his wings, and then sometimes they just be on there. So I kind of like displaying Goldar without the wings, but it's, you know, it's a nice thing that they included them, you know, if you want to get him into any type of flying poses. But the wings actually don't have a whole lot of posability. There's some posability around the little socket part where you can stick into his back, and then you can move the wings forward and backward. And also there's a few wing joints where you can like fold them down and like fold them out, depending on what you need. But me personally, I'm probably going to display my Goldar without them. But I mean, it's still nice that they put them in there. I'm just not that big of a fan of them. And last but not least, he comes with 2 alternate hands. He comes with one punching hand that he can use to punch the Power Rangers, and he comes with a open hand. I'm not really sure what you could use this for maybe choking the Power Rangers or something. That's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, guys, really glad I got this Goldar. You know, this Goldar turned out so great. I really hope later on down the line they consider making a Scorpina, if any of you guys remember her. Scorpina and Goldar will be a pretty dangerous team, guys. Well, alright guys, I'm not gonna waste too much more of your time. I just wanted to do a little quick update on my collection. Still waiting on my Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger to get here, and they still have not announced a Mighty Morphin Black Ranger in terms of like a regular one, because I know they came out with one with a Dragon Shield, but I don't want that one. I want a regular one. So, still need those two Rangers to complete my Mighty Morphin team. And as for the Star Wars side of things, as of right now, my Plo Koon is on the way as we speak. So, really looking forward to that, guys. So, still waiting on my Plo Koon, still waiting on my Kick Fisto, my Dooku. Woo! It's a lot of collecting to do, guys, but we can do it. Alright, guys, comment down below which one of these three figures do you like the most, and if you have any of them, what do you think of them? And be sure to follow me on my Instagram, as you'll not only will you stay updated to whenever I upload a video, but you'll also be able to get exclusive photos of my collection, which you do not see on my channel. Alright then, guys. Till then, be sure to like, subscribe, and go to my channel to check out other videos. Catch you later.